Hi guys, my name is Pelumi Daniel. I'm a fourth year medical student studying at Plovdiv Medical University, and I'm here with...
Hi guys, my name is Nifemi. I'm a fifth year medical student in Varna, Bulgaria.
In today's video, we're going to be talking about life in Plovdiv versus Varna. We're going to talk about the application process, living costs, and just other stuff as well about living in Bulgaria, specifically in Plovdiv and Varna. So Nifemi, our first question is going to be, what is the application process like to get into Varna Medical University?
Okay, so first things first, you're going to need to submit a plethora of documents containing your passport details and life admin. Once you submitted all your details and the university is concerned that they're okay, this is all done on an e-portal, by the way. We have an electronic process to apply. Once you've submitted these documents, you will be expected to sit for an entrance exam. The entrance exam goes on between, let's say, about July all the way up until late September. In this entrance exam, you're going to get ranked compared to other medical students who have also sat this exam. If you make it within the threshold and cutoff point for our university, then you're in university. There are other general life admin you've got to do. You've got to get a medical certificate that says you're in good health. You've got to get a letter of good standing, and then you also have to get a letter of good standing also, just things like that. Yeah, so what is the application process like in Plovdiv?
So the application process is actually very similar to what you guys have in Varna. So first and foremost, you collect all your documents. For example, if you're Irish, your Irish leaving cert. From the UK, your A-levels. After that, you sit an entrance exam. Now the exam starts from April, ends around the last week of August or the first week of September. After you do your entry exam, you will get ranked. And if you're lucky enough to fall within the ranking, then you start medical school at Plovdiv. So what's your favorite thing about living in Varna?
I would have to say my favorite thing is the most stereotypical basic thing. It's the beach. All the students in Varna absolutely adore the beach, and there are several angles in which we can see the beach from. So in the main beach in Varna, you have a bunch of restaurants and bars and clubs and cafes that you can explore. Then when you get to the port of Varna, we have more restaurants, more bars, more pubs, and more cafes. And then we are very blessed in Varna to have hotels and resorts that, again, we can access the beach from. In general, I think the best thing about Varna is the beach. And yeah, I personally think it's better than Plovdiv, as Plovdiv doesn't have a beach. Okay, Pelumi, what's your favorite thing about Plovdiv?
This is going to sound really cheesy, yeah, but I love how romantic Plovdiv is. My favorite part of Plovdiv is Kapana. For the guys who don't know, yeah, Kapana is a small kind of cultural district in the center of Plovdiv. It's amazing. It has bars, cafes, restaurants, and the vibe is just immaculate. A lot of students go there to study as well during the day. Also, you got a lot of gyms, you have a lot of basketball courts, and loads of shopping centers, all within around the medical university area. So that's my favorite thing about Plovdiv. People coming to Bulgaria want to know, what is the cost of living like in Varna?
I think that your cost of living in Varna is very dependent on the lifestyle you live. Are you a frugal person, or are you somebody who likes to spend quite a lot? So the people I know tend to spend, let's say, 350 to about 500 euros a month on rent. 500 euros being the extreme end on rent. And then when it now comes down to utilities, they spend, let's say, 50 to 100 euros a month on utilities. And then food, everybody tends to spend around 150 to 200 euros on food. But again, this is dependent on the lifestyle you live and how much you go out and how much you explore and how much you travel, etc. Like I said, this is very dependent on the lifestyle that you live. So I want to know, what's the cost of living like in Plovdiv?
So the cost of living, very similar to what you just said there about Varna. It depends on the kind of person you are and what your needs and wants are going to be. So on average, you're going to be spending about 400 euros for an apartment, but there is a spectrum. You can spend from 200 to about 550 euros for an apartment. But like I said, on average, it'll be 400 euros. For electricity and water, it'll come to about 30 to 40 levs per month. And then for food, it's going to be about 150 to 200 euros a month as well. Miscellaneous activities, about 50 euros a month as well. So our cost of living is a bit higher than you guys, but you know, we do have a better university, so yeah.
Come to Varna. We're clearly on the better side.
So people want to know, what is the program, aka the course structure, like at Varna?
Okay, first things first, it's a 6-year degree, a 6-year course. Year 1 and 2, purely theoretical, which I know is quite different to other countries. you have your biochemistry, biophysics, physiology, and anatomy. Basically everything you need to know about the human body that you didn't already know. Then year 3 to 5 is way more clinical. You're expected to report to the hospital most days of the week, and you're going to be doing your pediatrics, gynecology, internal medicine, basically having all that patient contact and learning everything you need to know about the patient side of things, which is, I know, quite different to other countries. And then your 6th year, your final year, is an intern year. Some even have compared it to the UK equivalent F1, but it's an internship year. You have several rotations, and at the end of each rotation you do an exam, and at the end of 6th year you're done. I'm sure Plovdiv is similar, but I'd like to know how it's like in Plovdiv also.
Yeah, so like you said, it's very similar to what you just mentioned. So the first 2 years are going to be very preclinical. We tackle physiology, biochemistry, anatomy, physics, etc. And then when you get to year 3 to year 5, it's a very preclinical program. So you're going into the hospitals, interacting with patients, diagnosing, and you're just practicing medicine pretty much. And then in 6th year, like you said as well, it is your state exam kind of phase. You're doing an internship pretty much for the whole year, and you have different rotations. And at the end of every rotation, you have a state exam.
All right, Pelumi, so how long did it take you to settle into Plovdiv? What was it like making friends? You know, how did you mesh yourself into the city, adapt to your new life, all of that? Yeah, how long did it take you?
I'm quite a sociable guy, so it didn't take me too long to settle in, like literally like probably a week or 2. But I do understand why it could take some people a semester, even 2, to settle in. I do have friends who needed like the whole first semester to get used to the culture shock of Bulgaria. For example, you have a different alphabet, a different culture, and a different way of looking at life. It's way more slow paced out here than it is in the UK or Ireland or wherever you're from in Western Europe. So it took me like a week or 2. My friends, luckily we all came with the same agency, and we're literally all best friends to this day. So it didn't take me too long, but I can understand how it can take like a semester, maybe even 2, to settle into life in Bulgaria. How about yourself? How long did it take you to settle into Bulgaria?
Okay, so my experience was a little bit different to yours in a sense of it took me a little while to warm up to people here. I would actually say it took me probably the whole of 1st and 2nd year to like establish a really solid friendship group. I always have people I could go out with and chill with and a lot of acquaintances, but I think I like to use a lot of discernment and I put a lot into my friendships. So now I've had a really solid group of friends and they are literally like siblings to me, and I would regard them lifelong friends. I think that there is such a plethora of people from different walks of life that you're going to meet abroad, and if I had stayed in my home country, there's no way I would have met people from all these different demographics. It's been amazing and it's been really beautiful cultivating the friendships that I've cultivated here, for sure.
So lastly, why should someone choose to study in Varna over Plovdiv?
Firstly, I actually think our student office is more organized than yours. Varna doesn't play about the organization when it comes to getting back to students as well. Like if you actually send the student office an email at 9, before 12 o'clock they've responded. Secondly, we have the beach. You can ask Pelumi if Plovdiv has a beach. The answer is no. Varna has a lot of diversity. We've got students that come from the Middle East, students that come from North Africa. We don't have as many students that come from the United Kingdom as Plovdiv, I'll give you that. But we have a plethora of things to do in Varna. Varna is also an incredibly beautiful city to live in. And I think we also have better locals in Varna than Plovdiv. You've actually said this yourself too, don't lie. So come to Varna. But why do you think that Plovdiv is a better place than Varna to study? I want to hear this.
So I'll give you that. We don't have a beach. Yeah, we don't have a beach, guys, by the way. But we have better alternatives. And also, not having a beach means there'll be no sand being blown into your shoes and everything, etc. I think Plovdiv is a better option just because the city, for me, is a perfect balance of the hustle and bustle life and a small village kind of life. You get me? I would also say our university is a lot more modern than what you guys have here in Varna. You guys need to work on that.
Okay, Pelumi. Okay, Pelumi, please tell us about the application process. Okay, Pelumi, please tell us about the application process. Okay. I actually need 30 seconds, okay. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We really appreciate your attention and we hope you found this video useful.
However, we do need one thing. Let us know in the comment section, which city do you think you will love to study in? Varna or Plovdiv?